So men can't handle that hurt. Women are strong, man. They have all type of issues that they can deal with childbirthing. They just built different. I don't care how spiritual you are. And that's where people get things mixed up. People be like, what if the brother is super spiritual? I don't care if he's supernatural. He can't handle that type of hurt. Not like a woman can. I'm being very sarcastic when I say supernatural, because if God is in full control, God could do some things that we can't do ourselves. So I can't deny that fact, but I'm talking about most men. Cause I know I can hear somebody saying right now, yeah. But what if I'm connected to God? Yeah, you could be connected. Just don't like women like that. They blame the race. They blame the coat. They blame everything from their brokenness. And they're so bitter to where they just want the woman to not have nothing for the rest of her life. I'm just being honest. While we're going into talk about why emotional cheating feels worse, so let me get back to it. Why does it feel worse? Well, emotional cheating is a real shift versus physical cheating. That's an act. When your emotion and your energy from your emotion starts to transfer, your partners feel it. Even if they can't explain it. That's why a lot of men tell on themselves. A lot of women be like, it's my intuition. My intuition is telling me that something don't feel right. Because now she knows, I can feel that you gave your energy a little bit to somebody else. Because now your conversations are shorter. Your attention is divided for some reason. You acting different. Your affection is decreasing. You don't really care no more. You acting different. Your presence is beginning to change. You starting to do things that you don't normally do, Johnny. But I want to be honest, that men know too. A lot of men, especially men that are strategic, a lot of strategic men won't say nothing. They'll watch you. I know this from many consultations, many mentorships. A lot of smart men, I'm talking about smart men that are men of power, they'll watch you. You won't think that they know, but they know. And a lot of them will wait till you set yourself up. But I want to tell you that your body can be in the room while you're emotionally invested somewhere else. It's true. You can be there laying with your person, and you can be emotionally connected to somebody else while you laying with your person. Now, is this a good thing? Of course not. Who wants to be laying with the other person? You laying with your person and that person is really not there for you. I used to have brothers come in, they would be crying in these calls and they would be like, Mark, man, like, I don't get any emotional feelings from her. She don't show me any affection. This is true. This is true. She don't show me any affection. Like, I be laying next to her. She don't want to grab me. We take a car ride. She don't ever want to hold my hand. We go places. She don't ever want to be all on me. Like, I be like, big homie, either she got some issues she dealing with from childhood, big dog, or, I want to know a little bit more, because this sounds like she emotionally somewhere else right now. I want to talk about our nervous system. And this is not just an internet. When somebody emotions starts to shift and your behavior start to change, your tone start to change, your eye contact changes, your energy changes. That's why people be like, this is literally why people be like, I don't know what it is, but something feels off. If you've ever said that, I want you to comment that. I want you to comment 100 in the comments. I want to know that you're with me. I want to know that you're here with me. As we are traveling through tonight's therapy session, I want to know that you are hearing me. Have you ever said to yourself, I don't know what it is, but something feels off? Because the way that we are wired as humans, we are wired to detect inconsistency. We have real souls. We have a real soul in our body. You know, we're trapped in this body for an appointed time. I notice when a tone change. I notice when your eyes, I could see it in your eyes. Yeah. We see it in our children. If you have a child, you can tell if that child is lying by looking at child in his eyes, because they're going to do something weird that they don't normally do. You can always tell when your child have done something. And I'm not trying to call you a child, but I'm just telling you how we are wired to detect inconsistency. When my daughter would take something, right, she'll be like, I ask her a question and she'll like, nah, daddy, why would I do that for? And I'll be like, why would you say that like that? I start scratching my head like, something don't sound right. And I give her that look, and she'll start smiling, but like, I'm just playing. I'll be like, hey, you better quit all that white line with daddy. The white lie still a lie now. But we are wired to notice when energy changes. That's why, how do you think that when we get around our family, we can feel? We get around our friends, we can feel. You go in that room, you know right away if something have changed. You be like, hold up, something ain't right. You be like, hold up, something feel weird. Let me ask you a question. In your relationship, I want you to comment this. I want you to say it out loud. When you feel that something is off, how does it make you feel? I want you to comment it. How does it make you feel? What type of emotion does it bring to you? I want to know. Does it make you insecure? Does it make you fear? Does it make you anxious? When you tell yourself, I don't know what it is, but something feels off, how does that make you feel concerning your partner? Concerning your relationship? Because we all know, somebody says, it makes me feel nervous. It makes me feel betrayed. It gives me anxiety. Somebody says it makes me feel angry and it makes me feel suspicious. Somebody says it makes me feel doubtful. Somebody says it makes me feel disappointed, uneasy. I just want to ask you these questions because you should be okay to talk about how you felt or how a person made you feel. See, the reason that you feel so uncomfortable is because you know that emotional displacement. You know that something is sensed with this displacement before you can prove it. See, physical cheating, it literally breaks trust. It does. But emotional cheating, it weakens it first. Did you just hear what I just said? And I want to really elaborate on physical cheating. If somebody have went to the full extent to cheat on you, I don't care if you talk about I'm healed and I've forgiven this person and I'm this and I'm that. You will struggle with ever trusting them ever again. With your heart, with your mind, with your body, with your money. So don't feel bad. I had someone to tell me in a session one time, they feel bad that they don't trust. I said, you can't feel bad that you don't trust. This person just went out there and physically embarrassed you in front of the world. And then people be like, it wasn't the world. Man, let me tell you, I don't care if it was one person. The person don't care if it's one person. They don't care if it's two people. They don't care if it's three people. All they care about is, wow. When this 80-year-old woman told me that she left her husband when he cheated on her, and she says, I forgave him, Mark, but I would never trust him again. And so I ran. And I never really understood that until I just got a little older and wiser. But that's what physical cheating do. So you cheated on them and they don't trust you. That is narcissistic gaslighting at its fullest. And I see men do it every day. Oh, you made me do it. Well, she did it. What you gonna tell her? You won't be able to tell her the same thing because you won't be able to handle it like that. But yeah, so physical cheating, it literally, that's what it does. It breaks trust. I don't know one person right now that I have personally met that have been cheated on and say they trust that person that cheated on them with their life. I have not met not one person. Have you met one person like that? And we know that, you say what heals cheating, it's time, of course. Time you'll feel a certain way, but you will never really trust that person again. That trust is gone. That trust is, I'm sorry. You gonna have to, you gonna have to figure out what you're gonna do if you're trying to survive. You have to figure out what you got to do, to survive. Because that trust that you once had, it would never come back the same. You may build a new trust, but the new trust that you build, it won't be like the first trust. See, the first trust, you thought it was impossible. The first trust, you couldn't see it. This man done went out here and had a whole baby on you. Play with your life. You mean to tell me, the man get mad and be like, yo, I just made a mistake. I understand you made a mistake. But boy, she'll never trust you again. You play with her life. You could have brought her something back she couldn't get rid of, dog. Like this is a lot more serious. So a person that you trust as your life partner is supposed to be a person that you feel like would give their life for you. And I want to bust a lot of bubbles right now. There's a lot of married people that the spouse will never get a life for you. And it's sad. It's sad, but it's the truth. I just seen a reel on IG that a husband and wife was at a restaurant and a bystander was walking on the street and a homeless man, came and started attacking his wife and he did nothing. This was her husband. He did nothing. Boy, she can't trust you to protect her. So I say that to say this. When you go out here and you do something like that to her, you go out and have a baby, bro, like by somebody else, bro, you just play with her life, dog. She'll never trust you, bro. In the back of her mind, she gonna always say something like, she gonna heal though. God's gonna set her free. She's gonna forgive you. She's gonna love you because y'all still have something, but she'll never trust you, especially with her life. Because y'all still have something, but she'll never trust you, especially with her life. But I want you to be honest. I'm gonna ask a question one more time. The one that you think the worst, I want you to comment it. I want you to comment emotional or physical. I just want to see what you say. And I want everybody that's a part of this therapy session, I want you to see what everybody else say about this topic. I want you to see what everybody else say. All right. I see emotional. See a lot of emotionals. I see a couple physicals. I see a lot of emotionals. I see a lot of physicals. Well, no, really mostly, I see mostly emotional. And guess what? If I had to give my opinion on this, I would definitely say emotional. Because somebody that is emotionally cheating on you, it will, I'm talking about for years, for months. I just told you there's a different type of bond that they have with the person that have helped them. There's a lot of men right now who love their side more than they love their woman. Yep. I just said what I said. There's a lot of men who have side chicks who love their side chick more than they really love their woman. But the crazy thing about it is this: they won't leave their woman. No, they won't leave her. No, because that works for them. Financially, it works in a lot of cases. She got a job. She helping me pay these bills. She taking care of the kids. Yo, but I'm emotionally checked out. I don't even want her. I just talk about. And I'm not saying that every man love his side, but I'm gonna tell you this though. If this man had this side for years, He done bought her a car. He done put on a life insurance policy. He done got her a house. She saved his money. Like they building something on the side. I don't care what nobody say. That's the worst type of betrayal. You hear me? That is like planned. That is like, yeah. Soon as something really happens, where you think he going? Don't like that truth. They don't like to hear that because it's just a possibility that it could be. And women, y'all ain't going. A lot of women, you're not innocent though. You're not innocent because you do the same thing. You start going through with your man and y'all are going through the worst things in life and you find somebody online because you get inboxed so much. Now, every day, you talking on social media with strangers until you find that one person and it's like, ooh, I just got to make sure I talk to him today. I didn't talk to him today. And when a woman emotionally checked out, it's a lot worse. You know, it's pretty bad. So when I say what is worse, you have women who emotionally check out, bro, and will literally, if she's a smart woman, if she's a smart one, and they are very smart out here. They're very smart. They'll wait till you up and take everything from you. Did you just hear what I just said? So when I talk about this, I always would say, and I really never understood why, I want to say this before I forget. I never understood why a woman would say, when she first hear about you cheating, right? I never understood why she say, do you love her? Most men ain't asking that question. Most men is asking because we're not emotional beings and we don't think emotionally like a woman do because she know which one is the worst. Most men that actually go out here and physically cheat, they don't even want that other person. It's the truth. They just a man that is not disciplined. He's not disciplined enough to be faithful to his family. He's not disciplined enough to be faithful to himself. But if it's going on years and this is that same one, come on now, you can't be telling yourself he don't love her. He just went over there. Some women try to defend. No, baby, you are really caught in a delusion. If this man been with her for years, for years, I'm answering a question for you right now. Do he love her? Yes. That boy keeping her around. He keeping her around for something. And you think it's all physical? No, it's not all physical. She do something for him that helps him survive. That's why people got mad with me. I went viral for a lot of things, but I had this quote that said that side chick saves lives. I was talking about a marriage life. Because I personally know a lot of people that's married, the only reason they still married is because that man got a side chick. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Or she might have a side because there is an unmet need and it's a very dysfunctional relationship. And the only way this man can have peace and function, I'm serious, because somebody didn't run to God first. Somebody ran to another person. Doesn't make it right. I'm not telling somebody that you have a honest reason and it's okay. No, all betrayal is bad. So I don't care what songs you listen to. I don't care what movies you watch. All betrayal is bad. All of it is bad. Whether you on the right side, the wrong side, if you go out and you betray, it's bad. I don't care what the reason was. People have reasons. So she wasn't giving me none. He wasn't paying the bills, and yeah, blah, 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 blah. It's all still bad. It don't make you, it's not, can't nobody make you go out and do that. It has to be in you. And I don't care what nobody say. There's women out here who would rather, give all her money in the bank before she crossed those lines. And there's some men out here who would never. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. But we living in a world where it's extremely hard because this is a wicked and adulterous generation. Everybody want to have fun. Everybody want to play. Everybody want to do things that is not productive. Everybody want to give access. Everybody want to be cool with this person, cool with that person, hang with this person, hang with this person. I don't think that if you are a married man, you should be allowing your woman to hang with a whole bunch of women that is not godly women. They always jumping from men to men. They always doing this. I don't think you should allow that. And then somebody's going to say something and I can feel it coming. What you mean allow? Man, let me tell you something. If he's a real alpha male, he's a real king. And a king has power. A king can govern. A king, in the end of the day, I always tell people, why did you get married? Did you get married to please yourself, or did you get married to be a helpmate? And when it comes to hanging around the wrong crowd, he has a say in that. Because I guarantee you, if he's hanging around Billy, Johnny, Lavelle, they all going to the strip club every weekend. You gonna let him go and do that too? Are you gonna let him just say he going out to eat with these fellas all the time? And it ain't even about letting him. It's about being okay with that. Because you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not trying to say it like that. You both got the reason together. But I'm just trying to make this make common sense to a lot of people who listen to this music and listen to the things that don't even make sense. Like, why would you be okay with your other person just going to hang out with people that is not good people? Because what's going to happen is somebody going to get corrupted, fam. Like, you be like, dog, I don't know what happened to baby, bruh. Man, baby got on that all dog and she started hanging with Tarina them, bro. And next thing you know, I'm hearing, you know, it's another dude involved now. I say all the time, bro, I be like in these situations, I be like, one of the first mistakes you made was not standing up as a man and telling her you're not doing that. You're not finna go out here dressing like your friends. You in a committed relationship. You're not doing that. I don't care about none of that. If you got to do that, hey, look, you don't want, hey. I really feel that we are living in a day where men masculinity is challenged. You don't want a man to tell you nothing. You don't want a man to tell you what he's uncomfortable with. You don't want a man to tell you how you should dress. You don't want a man to tell you anything. Baby, stay single. And men, we're living in a day where you don't think a woman can tell you nothing because you the man. So you don't want to reason with her. Well, I come to find that if you're a team and it's two of y'all on this team and y'all trying to get to the next level, there has to be a level of communication where, you know, she has a little power, a little say so. And I'm not talking about the final say so, but I'm talking about something that she can at least influence. Some men don't like no influence from their woman. Man, I'm not trying to hear nothing she talking about. I'm going to do everything the way I want to do it. And those men are some men you fall because sometimes in life, you're missing a key nurturing idea or influence that can multiply what you're trying to do if it's good stuff. So instead of keeping her outside all the time, and instead of not wanting to let her know like your opinion really matters. That's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of alpha males make. Passive men and beta males, they just let anything flow through them. It is the truth. If you a beta male, you let your woman do whatever you want to do, whatever she want to do. If you a beta male, you let her come in at 3 a.m. You let her come in at 4 a.m. You let her have no accountability. You just let her run around here wild. And that's a beta male, big dog. I just want to be honest with you. Like, and a lot of women who cheat, they say you ain't man enough. They say you don't tell them what to do. You don't. As weird as it may sound, a woman loves to be guided. You're supposed to be her chief in command. You're supposed to be her leader. My boy, you're supposed to be her pastor. I'm just being honest with you. Like, you're supposed to be her prophet, priest, and king in her life. Like, you're supposed to be her leader. And when you don't lead and you just let her make these crazy decisions, somebody's saying, I don't really agree with that. Okay. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. I want you to hear me. If you won $100,000 and y'all had a joint account, in 1 week, you had 90,000 in there. The next week you had 80,000. But the week after that, you had $5,000 left. In 3 weeks, this woman spent 95,000. Right? Guess what she gonna tell you, big dog? I just want to be honest. Guess what she gonna tell you? She gonna tell you you let her do it. It's your fault because you let her do it. You let her do it. So that rests my case. Like, if you let her go around and you don't hold her accountable for nothing, I'm sorry. We in a world where we really got to hold each other accountable. Like, you should be letting her know where you're going when you leave the house. She should be letting you know where she's going when she leave the house. You shouldn't be coming back at 3 a.m. But it's some crazy situations out here where men are ending up hurt because you a beta male. You letting this woman come in at any time she want to. You let her do whatever she want to. Most people get hurt because nobody want to hold each other accountable. And then you just being insecure. If she say that, right? I'm a firm believer that you can't protect a woman that you can't tell nothing to. I can't protect you if you're not in my house at a certain time. Like, what are you doing? Things don't happen great at night. Like, what are you doing? Ain't nothing open, but what? But I want to give you 3 practical things as I begin to close tonight. This has been very powerful. If you're in a relationship, I want you to check yourself. And these next things I'm going to say is, I think they're very powerful. I want you, for all of my mature people who are very mature, I want you to check yourself. So the first question I would have for you is, I don't want you to answer this because your other might be watching. Y'all might be in this together. And so, I want you to answer this. But the question I have for you is, who do you run to first? When something happens, who do you run to first? Is it your man? Or is it your friend? Sis, I got the same. Hey, bro, I got the same question for you, bro. Who do you run to first? Do you run to your girl, tell her what's going on, or who do you text first? And I want to say this, that of course we're supposed to run to God. But I want to say this, if it's not your partner, there may already be some emotional displacement going on. I'm just being honest. If you run into another person about your problems before you run to your person that you're with, you already emotionally displaced with somebody else. Somebody else has an answer for you that your other person don't have. And so you are really in you in something weird. I know you might not like this truth. I know you might not like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. So you need to be accountable for this. You need to be accountable. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, who do you run through first? Why is it that somebody that's not your girl know about y'all problems? Why is it? Why is it that somebody about your girl know that you having issues on your job before your girl know you having issues on your job? Why is that? I'm so serious. I'm very serious right now. Who you run to, that's, I'm not trying to be that person. I'm not trying to be the one to bear bad news, but I'm the person that is really just exposing some things that may not have been broken down to you. You may don't get it. You may be saying to yourself, like, I still tell her. You might be saying, sis might be saying, I still do this. But I'm telling you right now, as soon as something happened that's serious in your life and you run to the other person, yeah, something ain't right about that. It's not, and you can't make it be right. You can't. I'm telling you right now, you're emotional. You emotionally invested in somebody else explanation, somebody else guidance, somebody else leadership. It brings you some type of value. It brings you something that just makes you feel good. I got in an argument, I would say a little debate with a person gonna tell me, I got this other person I talk to, man, but I ain't really did nothing. But I talk to her every day and I've been talking to her for years, man, but we not on that level. And I'm like, I said, boy, you is in denial. I'm sorry, bro. You still cheating. This lady done sent you pictures. You told me she done sent you some pictures, and y'all talk about everything. Like, you spend hours and hours on the phone with this person. Boy, I'm sorry, bro. She know what's gonna happen first before like your main. Like, bro, that's, I'm just being honest, man. I know a lot of people, you might feel like, he's been a little biased. Definitely not being biased. I feel like it's the absolute truth. Think about that for a minute. I just want you to take a moment and just think about that before I move to the next thing. I want you to observe, like literally observe the way that you have thought and the things that you have said. I want you to observe it and the things that you do. If you have done this, I'm telling you right now, your emotions is already displaced. And you on track. You on track to get physical real soon. Might not happen right now. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen next week. But you on track. The next thing I would say is, next question. I don't want you to answer this, okay? I don't want you to answer this. All right? Not on a message if you're watching it with your people. Because I don't want to spark any arguments. I don't want to, all of that, it's not what this is for. This is for awareness. Because a lot of women don't think that they're doing anything wrong by giving access to. But sometimes we as people be so delusional, yo. We start calling things that's wrong right. Oh, it's no big deal. Somebody says, what if they say it's for ministry? Man. All right, so I would tell you to be very careful with people of power who, if it's, I don't think that your pastor should be counseling you as a single woman in there by himself. If he's married, I feel like his wife should be present. Better yet, y'all can do a Zoom call. If she need to come to the church, she come to the church and they together. Because we don't know what type of emotional bond could happen when she's not there. Do you know how many people end up on the other side of life because they mess with somebody's wife? Like, it happens all the time in Memphis. Happens all the time around the world. But it didn't start off that way. She went to the pastor for everything. Some stuff the pastor shouldn't need to know. Ain't no reason you should be telling the pastor about y'all private life, about what he ain't doing right. You already know you feel uncomfortable. Why your pastor need to know what he ain't doing right on you? Why do he need to know that? So sometimes you can be too honest and it's all a trap. Sometimes your ignorance can lead you to a place you're not supposed to be. But that's foolish, right? That's some foolish stuff. I'm so serious right now. But yeah, so the other question I had was, are you hiding stuff? Secrecy is usually the first red flag. Are you hiding stuff? Why you got to delete threads? Why you got to delete phone calls? Why? If this person's supposed to be a friend, if this person is supposed to be just a regular person. So don't be delusional. You know good and well, if your man read those messages between you and somebody else, you know he gonna lose it. Right? You know it. Boy, you know if that woman read them messages, boy, between you and Shawty, big dog, you already know that's a little bit more than friends. Y'all talk like this every day. Like, she know what you eating for lunch. She know everything about me, Johnny. Why do Linda know about me, Johnny? Like, why do she know everything about me? Some of these women, boy, it's crazy. You got women that don't even know you that know you better than your own family because of him. The third thing I would say would be, would you be comfortable if the roles was reversed? If your partner did exactly what you're doing, would it feel harmless? So big dog, would it feel like real harmless if she, talk like you talk? If not, you already know. I'm just giving a little education. That's it. And as I begin to close, I got about 10 more minutes. Like I said earlier, physical cheating, it breaks trust. Emotional cheating, it weakens it. And sometimes it destroys it before anything physically ever happens. You got to know that loyalty isn't just about your body. It's about your attention. Did you just hear what I just said? I hope it really got through. Loyalty is just not about your body. It's about what you're giving your attention to. And I'm gonna take it a level a little deeper, right? For all my Bible readers, we know that God is a jealous God, right? What is he jealous of? When we put other gods before him, right? When we give our attention to other things before him. It's a major issue. It's a major problem. It's a major problem. So for all of you that says, there's so many women who says, I would never cheat on my man. There's no man that ever have touched me. But can you say that there's no man that have never been emotionally attached to you? And that at any moment, if you can ever get free alone or ever get close to this person, that something can possibly take place in a bad season of your relationship? Not too many people can say that. So one thing about a broken and an emotional woman, she just want to feel good. She want to feel good. So a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people right now, they can't say right now, they just can't say that. You got to quit saying that. I tell people, stop bragging on that, because the devil is listening, and at any moment, what he wants to do is he wants to do his best to make you pay for everything you said you would never do. I've seen the very women who have said they would never do what other women do end up doing worse than what other women do. Because the devil will challenge you. You think that loyalty is all about your body, but what when you start giving attention to strange men who are not your husband or not your guy? Like you giving your real attention to it, right? And you spending your time and your energy on that, you focusing on that. I told a dude the other day, he told me, he said, bro, I'm trying to talk to this girl, right? And we've been talking a minute, man, like a month or two, and we done went on a few dates. I really like her a lot, bro, but I have one problem with her though. I'm like, dang, bro, what it is? He said, fam, man, real talk. Like I'll text her, right? And bro, it'll take her like 6 hours, bro, to text me back. I said, boy, you ain't him. But hey, boy, look, boy, you ain't him, boy. You not him. You is the possibility, or you might be, but you're not him. You a possibility though. There's a maybe, there's a might, But at this specific time, my guy, you ain't him. Cause the one she want, oh, she can't wait to get to her phone and see what he doing. He ain't want to hear that though, you know. I said, bro, you gotta think about it, bro. Like, men do it too. Men do it too. See, a lot of the men that are low vibrational and low value men, like, and I say that because low vibrational and low value men are men who are not disciplined. So they don't really care. They're not disciplined. They'll do anything with anybody at any time. Like, they don't care. Like, they got a whole list. But a real high value man that is a disciplined man, if he's not into you, he ain't gonna text you. He ain't gonna say he's not. Get it out your head. Stop being delusional. Like, you like, why this man ain't text me all day? Like, you know, why this man ain't, cause baby, you ain't him, you ain't her. You ain't her. Cause somebody else, you know. And I really hate to give this truth, but I'm giving you real truth today. You think that somebody is you looking for loyalty and you've been dating for 3 months and you're trying to figure out, why can't I really have this person's attention? Man, let me tell you something. A person that's really for you, like, you go on a date with them a few times, boy, when y'all really vibe, y'all almost inseparable. Like, y'all together every week. Every chance y'all get, y'all chilling. You understand what I'm saying? Every chance y'all can get to just go get coffee. And I'm not talking about intimacy. I'm talking about spending quality time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you really like somebody, you trying to spend quality time. She ain't gonna make no excuses. She gonna be like, yo, just, you know, I'm studying right now. You know, you can meet me at the coffee shop. I got to do some studying. I got to really, you know, blah, 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 you know. Person that really for you, like you, bro, like, you know. But bro, if she ain't hitting you back, don't be crazy. Don't be like she just busy. My boy, she ain't just busy, because these be the same women. They ain't serious sometimes until it go a little deep. Then you done got what you shouldn't have got. Now she want to know where you at. You see how things be changing though? That's weird, ain't it? You wasn't him at first until you was him. But a girl that really like is for you in the beginning though, she gonna talk back to you all the time. And that is why a lot of men think that they have access to other men's wives and other men's girls, because they give so much access so freely, so quickly, so easily. There's still respectable women out here who are in a relationship. If you ask them for their IG, they won't give it to you. Let me speak on that for a minute, because this came up in a debate on a call. I don't care if you are a male or female. If a person comes up to you in an attempt to get to know you, right? Like, I'm not talking about no business. I'm talking about get to know you. They're attracted to you. You know, you attracted to them, right? And they ask you, and you in a committed relationship, and they ask you, can I get your Instagram? That's just like getting the phone number, shout. People be like, oh, it's just harmless. It's just Instagram. Man, please. That's access. That man get to study you. That man get to go down. That man get to heart everything you. That man get to try every day, because he have some type of access to you. So I still respect women who be like, yo, I don't really know, because I know what time you on. I don't even want you. Nope, I'm good. I don't even want to tempt myself. I don't even want nothing to be weird. Nope, I'm good. I still respect men who be like, no, I'm good. Like, I already know what Shawty on the way she looking at me, bro. Like she trying to run me down through there. Like I'm good, bro. I still respect people like that because those are people who have discipline. And one thing that nobody can stand in any type of relationship is a person who don't have discipline. If you don't have discipline, guess where you're going to end up in? You're going to end up in poverty. An undisciplined person is a person that's in poverty, spiritually and naturally. If you meeting a man and he have no discipline, he's going to end up in poverty. He's going to lead you there because he can't tell himself no. I don't care how fine you is. I don't care how bad you think you is. I don't care how strong you is, bro. I had a brother tell me, like, I feel like, when a girl go on a date with me, like, I'ma get it. Like, and I always say, if she ain't got no discipline, my guy, what you gonna think gonna happen when the next guy that's way more bigger than you? That's gonna look better than you. See, God put us in a world where beauty is everywhere. You can walk out your door and see something nice. You go to the gym, you gonna see something nice. You can go to the grocery store, you gonna see something nice. Whether they young, whether they old, whether they mature, you gonna see something nice. You can't stop that. But what you can value is a person who have solid discipline. So yeah. This is therapy session tonight, guys. And I hope that you have gotten something out of this. Those of you that have, they done ran you down through there and you are going through betrayal right now, I think you should get a copy of my book, 21 Days to Reset. It's actually cheaper on my website than it is on Amazon. Hey, I still have people go to Amazon and they drop a bag, but it's half the price on my actual website. You can get to it by clicking on the link in my bio. And I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who've given to me tonight, everybody who have given me hearts, everybody who have bought my book. My book talks about betrayal in it. It talks about pouring into other people and people not pouring back into you. It talks about, it even talks about a time that I was living in a hotel with my whole family. Not because I didn't have a job, it was because I had bad credit. When you have bad credit, a lot of things follow. So yeah, like I said, if you didn't learn nothing tonight, you got to know that physical cheating, it breaks trust. Emotional cheating, it weakens it. But if I had to say and I had to choose which one is the worst, I would say every single time, emotional cheating. Just imagine yourself, before I go, just imagine yourself holding hands with your person. And the whole time you holding hands, they thinking about somebody else. Did you just hear what I just said? Somebody said they just purchased my book. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. It's a good thing to pour into people who are, pouring into you, giving back. But yeah, on this cheating topic is a very therapeutic thing because we are living in a world where it happens, and it's gonna continue to happen because of our societies. And I want to tell you this before I go. If you've been cheated on, the name of the book is 21 Days to Reset. It's 21 Days to Reset. It's on markleejr.com. You can click the link in my bio. 21 Days to Reset. And if you get it on Amazon, it is more expensive. I had to see that. I stopped by a comment that somebody was asking about that. I appreciate you. And when you think about this, right, I want to tell this. This is what I was getting ready to say. If you have been cheated on and you was a good person, I want you to know that God has something special for you. I want to tell you, if you've been cheated on and you chose righteousness and you did not choose to do evil, God has something for you. You're a special type of person. I want to tell you that. I wanted to tell you also, if you've been cheated on and you made some mistakes because you was hurt, but you've gotten yourself together, or you in a process and you are really growing out of that and starting to see that evil and doing bad things is not, it's not going to heal you. You're coming out. God has something for you. I want to tell you that favor, it follows what you do that's right. You've already lost the person you thought you trusted the most. That's already gone. You know it's gone. But when you begin to find yourself and you find yourself doing the right things, that is when your life transformed, because what was meant to destroy you and take you out was meant to elevate you to a whole nother level. And I look at the life of our Lord, right? I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, right? So when I look at how he was betrayed and what he got, it says that all power was given unto him. Took him down. He was betrayed for money. And most of us are betrayed for nothing. You need to be asking yourself, free me from people that will betray me for nothing. Free me from people that will betray me for money. You know, oh, okay, you don't believe that this happens? Happens all the time. There's women who leave men right now because of money. They betray them for money. Silver and gold? Nah, it's dollars right now. It's them dollar bills. You know, you wasn't making. I've been looking at these people on Instagram and they live in a different story and you just can't get it to me. I read a quote the other day that says, if you marry somebody for money, you technically married for love because you love money. Boy, that mess was so funny. It really was funny. Somebody says, can I see the front of the book? Show it one more time. It looks like this. Uh-oh. There it is. That's what it looks like. You can screenshot it. But yeah, so yeah, brothers, I had a brother hit me last night and he said that he lost everything and his girl pretty much is just doing him bad. Like she done cheated on him. So he moved out. He living in his car now. And he was like, man, I don't know what I want to do. Like, she's sending me pictures and videos and, you know, how she done moved on and she rubbing this dude in my face. I really want to go over there and I really want to do something. I said, that ain't it. I said, this woman the devil is using her to get you out of your masculinity. You need to be focused on working, son. You need to be focused on building yourself up. So that God can bring you somebody that's going to help you, be fruitful and multiply and go to the next level. What happens is when a man's heart get broke, the first thing that happens is he want to give up on everything because he's emotional. God didn't make us to be emotional like a woman. Like, that's not our superpower. Our superpower is not being emotional. That's why I teach my sons, look, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. But it's not okay to choose emotions over logic. God made us to be very logical. He made us to be very logical. And the logical thing we have to do is be logical. I don't like, when a man gets stuck in that gap. You don't want to work. You don't want to do anything positive because you're so broken. I get it. It hurts. It hurts. It's like a painful depth inside. It hurts. Trust me. I get it. I do. But at the end of the day, you got to come out of that. If you stay there, I can guarantee you, if you stay there, the enemy is going to wreak havoc in your life and you'll become a nothing man. And that is his goal, to produce a nothing man. And that's why I tell men, operate in your masculinity, bro. Be logical. Get out of your emotions. It hurts. If you're having a problem getting out of your emotions, this is for men and women though too. This is for women too. If you have a problem getting out of your emotions, the best advice that I would give anybody is to get a prayer life. Because I promise you, your friends ain't gonna make you feel better. I promise you, that chick that you think that if I go get another woman, she gonna heal me. Nope, that ain't. Brother, that's on the outside. People right now, I wrote a song the other day, and pretty much this song talks about marrying wrong because your heart was broke. There's a lot of people get out of the divorce and they'll go get married in the next 3 to 6 months because they broken and they trying to prove a point. So I'm just telling you, that ain't it. What is it is finding a place in God. Like, God, I need you to heal me. I need you to talk to me. I need you to really help me deal with these emotions. And sometimes we don't even know how to talk to him and tell him that. So what we have to do, we just get into our quiet place and just meditate, man. Like, you can't read, put some scriptures on. I'm talking to believers, like, put some scriptures on, call his name a little bit. Like, this is what you have to do because you broken. But don't you know that he's close to you when you broken? God can really transform your life if you let him. I'm telling you right now, sis, like you broken, right? You broken, right? A fun fact, when bones break in our body, they heal back stronger. Did you know that? Okay, I broke my clavicle bone in front of some people on vacation. And I was trying to race. I was 30. I think I was 34. I was trying to race my 18-year-old son. And took my shirt off. I'm like, boy, he can't beat me in running because, when he was a little kid, I was dusting him. Man, my son on football team. He training every day. Daddy ain't going to the gym for real. Like, y'all, I got out there and I broke my shoulder. And when I went to the doctor, it was embarrassing too. Look, I broke it and I was telling people, I was saying, am I gonna die? Because I never felt this type of pain before. I was like, I was in the ambulance, right? And I was telling, I pulled my headphones out. Look, I was in the ambulance, right? And I was telling the ambulance, and I'm like, I said, man, look. I said, do people die from this? I said, man, look, man, I'm tore up right now. Every little bump, bruh, I didn't cry in front of my kids. But look, I didn't cry in front of my kids, but when they walked away, boy, look here. I was the biggest baby. Like, yo, I ain't crying in front of my boys. I was trying to be strong. I was like, yo. I was like, I gotta put it back. I gotta put it back. I was trying to be strong. But this is a true story, yo. But as soon as they walked away, boy, I was gone. And so I'm on the ambulance and I start asking the dude, man, I'm gonna die. I said, man, I'm not ready, man. I got so much other stuff to do with my life, bro. Like, I'm serious, y'all, because it broke, it snapped. And I'm like, I've never felt that type of pain. Got to the hospital, called my dad, like, yeah, Dad, I don't know how long I got. My anxiety was on 10. Do you hear me? And yeah, it was pretty funny. But the doctor told me, it was like, Mr. Lee, we could do surgery, but if we did surgery, it's gonna mess a lot of things up in your arm. And fun fact about the body, that when you break a bone, in a particular way you broke the bone, it's gonna heal back a lot stronger. So in the part, they said, we're gonna leave it alone. If it goes back into place naturally, we're gonna put your hand in the spleen, and if it goes back into the place naturally, it's gonna be stronger than it was before. I'm like, that's crazy. So I'm telling you right now, you've been broken, right? That relationship broke you. That betrayal broke you. You broken. But guess what? If you can get through this, if you can get through this pain, if you can get through this hurt, you gonna be so powerful. You gonna be powerful. You gonna be powerful. You're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be knowledgeable. You're going to be very aware. You're going to be awoke. If you can bounce back from this and promise yourself, I will never allow myself to get this low again. And then you start asking God, I love when the Bible says that he's close to us when we're broken. See, and a lot of people get broken because God couldn't tell you nothing. Have you ever thought about that? Some men get broken because God couldn't tell them nothing. He's been telling you, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to do that. And he'll allow you to get broken. And now that you're broken, it's like, I hear you now, God. Like, man, I need to do better with my life, man. Like, I need to do right, man. I need to build. I need to do things. And I meet a lot of people every day that their story is so powerful. You be like, oh my God. Les Brown, one of my favorite people to listen to, went through a nasty divorce. Do you know who he is? Do you know how much more powerful he got? So I'm telling you the same stuff. That's if you choose the side of righteousness, though. If you do what's right. After being broken and torn down, it's like, God, okay, I want you to build me back together. And when God builds you together, you start to notice that you got things in you that you didn't even know that was in you. You got forgiveness in you that you didn't even know that was in your heart. You got greatness in you that you never would have gotten if you was never broken. You got books in you. You got vision in you. You got businesses in you. You got a great spring of wealth in you if you can heal and get to the next level and let God begin to build on you. Just wanted to share that with you before I got off here. So look, I hope I said something tonight that have literally touched you. Again, I appreciate everybody. Faith, I appreciate you. You've been here the entire time. I appreciate you. Yeah. I hope this message have really touched you and really shook you in a way in this therapy session, and you feel better. Hope you can go to work tomorrow. Soon it will be a replay. You know, I put it on YouTube where you could actually get to it. But yeah, have a good night, and remember, emotional cheating is worse. And don't let none of what I said tonight go over your head. Straight up. Good night.